today. I'm Sandra, and I'm so bubbly and honored and excited to be here for 1 full hour. 1 full hour of live TV Calling All Angels Hotline. Yep, that's right here, right now. 1 full hour. The number's 260-422-3902. We want to hear from you, all you angels out there in the seen and unseen, because today we're co-creating heaven on earth, and I'm doing this with the one and the only international Rusty Piazza.
Hello. How are you?
How am I?
Here.
Oh, we're here.
It was a journey to get here.
It was a journey. And for all you Facebook fans out there, we want to hear from you. We want to know that you're there listening to us live today on the hotline, okay? So your thumbs up, all your hearts, right, Rusty?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and call in so you can get a live message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened on your journey to get here today?
Well, I worked nights and I overslept, so I had to get up and literally run here and get myself together, but we're here now.
Yeah. And what else?
It's just been an interesting weekend. You know, the energies are so intense that it seems like people are getting off track.
Yeah.
That's how I felt this weekend. I was like, man, if
Really?
it could happen, it did happen. Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, I actually feel balanced, and that's a good place for me to be.
Yeah, my pipes froze up from the cold.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're going now, but I had to deal with that all day yesterday, you know.
So are they unfrozen?
Yes, they are. Yeah. Just so good.
That's from all those kids out there singing that Frozen song from last year.
Yeah.
You know, anything
Let
that
it go.
Yeah, anything you love grows, right?
Absolutely.
Anything that you let go, let go. Let's go, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we want to hear from, what do we want to do? What do we expect from our callers out there
We want
today?
them to call in, the number that you see in the bottom of the screen. We want you to call in, and I will give you a message live on the air. So that's what we want.
And I'd like to hear from all of my friends out there on my Facebook Angel Network. Let me know if you're getting this feed live. I have no messages here right now. Oh, hi, Rich Lair. Call us, Rich. See the number down there? 260-422-3902. I want to feel rich with your presence. Call us, please. We're ready to take your call. Just to let us know that everything is working. Okay, Rich? If you're hearing us, that is. And there's Mary Miller. Hi, Mary. Call us. You can get a live message today from Rusty Piazza. Right?
Absolutely, yes.
Rusty's connected with all of the angels. Tell them.
And guides and guardians, and I have many guides and guardians that help me do my mediumship.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So do we have a phone call yet? I see our camera person, huh? No? Mary Miller sends us her love. Thank you, Mary. I send you mine back. See, I made a new heart, angel heart.
With wings. With wings.
Yeah. And then, who else do we have out here on Facebook land? I'm calling forth all of Rusty Piazza's angels out there globally. We know you're watching this live feed. We know they're on your
My Facebook.
your Facebook. Yeah. And we're finally getting through. The last time we were on, we were blocked with so many things, right?
Yeah, so much shut it down. Everything got shut down from the response.
So we want to take as many calls as we can in this 1 hour. And while you have the gift of Rusty here tonight, we have John on the phone. John? Let me see if I can hear John. I'm not hearing him. There he is.
Can you hear me?
Hi, John.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hi, Rusty. Yeah, it's got that triple cellular decay sort of gap. So, but
Yeah.
I hear you.
All right, John. So what do you want from me? You want me to give you a message?
Oh, sure. Sure. Yeah, it's snowing over here. Is it snowing over there? I was just curious.
It's actually raining right now. It's warmed up enough so it's like almost like an ice rain. So it's quite
I
interesting.
see. We got 6 inches of snow last night, so I just plowed everything.
And where do you live?
In New York's Hudson Valley, which is about an hour and a half drive from the city, right up the Hudson River.
All right. How awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
give me a second and I'll tune in. Okay.
Thank you, Rusty.
I actually see a lot of animals with you. I see a wolf. I see a wolverine, which is not something I usually see. I actually see a wolverine with you.
Wow.
I don't know how spiritual you are, but I see a lot of shamanic energy around you.
Yes.
I also do you do healings?
Yes.
Okay, all right, awesome. Okay, I see a lot of energy with you. I almost see like it's a step ladder. It's like you're going up the ladder, and as you go up the ladder, you go up in consciousness and you go up in abilities. I also see a woman stepping in. I feel like the woman is on the mother's side of the family. Maybe, I don't know if it's your mother or if it's a grandmother. It almost feels like a grandmother's presence, very loving, caring. Do you have a grandmother on your mother's side that has passed the spirit?
Yes, Rusty, of course, yes.
Okay.
You're always spot on.
All right, that's awesome. I also see a gentleman stepping in. He almost looks like a preteen. Did you have somebody either in your family or a friend? Because I don't actually feel like it is a family member. I feel like it's a friend. I see drowning. So I feel like he was anywhere from 13 to 16 and drowned in a lake, it seems like. Can you picture who this is?
No. Interestingly, I've never experienced a young man drowning in my life. Interesting.
But he's around. He is around you. Do you live by water?
Yeah. Well, we have lakes around here, but not very close by here.
See, because that's what I feel like. I feel like he drowned in a lake. That's what I'm getting. And I don't know what that means to you, but understand that I do feel like he is around, kind of wandering. I do not feel like it's a family member at all. I don't. I just feel like his presence. Also, I see a diamond of light above you. This diamond of light is definitely connected to the Christ consciousness, and it feels like that they're trying to attune you and align you a little bit more than you've been. So you're going to notice a lot of very vivid dreams. I feel like you're going to be getting a lot of vivid dreams, and they will be communicating with you in your dream state and giving you much knowledge at this time.
Wonderful.
Now, your wife, I've never talked to your wife, but for some reason somebody's coming in for your wife, and I see a gentleman on the father's side of the family stepping in for your wife. Is her father in spirit?
Yes.
Okay, that would make sense. Thank you for that. Thank you. Understand that he's come in. He's just given you confirmation that he is around and available. It's kind of strange that I'm giving you a reading and he comes in for her, but I find that quite interesting. I also see a bear, and I don't know if this is for you and her, but it's almost like a protector animal. I don't know why the animals are coming in today, but
that's her totem. Her shamanic protection animal is a bear.
Okay, is it a black bear or a brown bear? Because it looks like a big grizzly brown bear.
I think so. I think it's a brown bear. She's resting. She was going to join us, but she's resting, so I can't ask her. She's sleeping, but I think so. I think it's a big brown bear.
Okay.
That she has.
Well, then that would be for her. Maybe she's here in spirit. Just because she's resting doesn't mean that she's still not here, because I definitely connected with that. So that's awesome. Well, thank you, John. Is there anything else I can do for you today?
No, Rusty. As usual, it's quite wonderful.
Thank you. Bless.
And you look really festive today, Rusty. You look great. And
thank you. I clean up nicely.
And And you too, Sandra. I don't want to leave you out. You
John,
look great as well.
You're an angel. Keep it up. You're doing an awesome job. Thank you.
Thank you both so much. This
Thank
is
you.
great, and this time we got through.
All right, great, awesome. Thank you, John. Thank you.
Oh,
Blessings.
Thank you both.
All right.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
I was not sharing the number on my Facebook page.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, there were a few people out there who are taking their time to stop, look, and call again. And so the number's here, 260-422-3902. It's on our live Access Airstream on Access 2 station on the internet.
You know, when he called in, I didn't know that I knew him, because I get tuned in. But I found it interesting that his wife was getting messages, So she must have been very much around him in her dream state. But I saw this big brown bear, a big grizzly-like bear, real massive. And it looked like a protector,
Beautiful.
And it's funny, when I prepared myself on the way, I called in the animals and I called in the angels and my guides and everything. And so it was interesting that the animals started coming through. Which animals, a lot of times when we see animals in our dream state, there is a definite reason. You can look up animal totems when you see an animal cross your path, or a bird or something like that, or even see an animal in your dreams, because they send us messages too. And it's very interesting. A lot of times when you see an animal that you normally don't see, there is definitely a good reason, and there's a lot of symbolism and message there.
There's so much vastness. That's the only word I can use. Vastness to having help from our animals, our guides, our ancestors. And this is truly a time out there for everybody to take a moment. And if you have any reservations, call us. We have now another caller, so please keep those lines going. We want to be out here for you. This is your network. Aaron, we're ready to take your call.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Aaron.
Hello, Aaron.
Yeah, my question was, how about these animals? When we get into heaven, are the pets going to be with us?
Oh, absolutely. Something that religion don't normally teach is everything has a spirit, a soul, an energy. Everything. Animals have lower level souls than we do, but yes, absolutely. In every life, when we reincarnate, we agree on our soul chart that have our animals come in with us. A lot of times, like when we get an animal, we could get a dog, we can get a cat, and if you notice, the animal will act one way, and then after a while, you'll start noticing the attributes of an animal that has passed. The spirit really does follow us around. When we go to the other side, I have passed many spirits to the light and opened up the beautiful doorway to heaven. There is always an archangel standing there, there's always family there, and there's always pets come out to meet them. So be comforted to know that they are definitely there waiting on us on the other side. Absolutely.
I can tell you.
Okay, thanks.
Is that all you wanted, Aaron? Anything else?
Well, I was just wondering, is that a biblically based answer, or that was some chart you're going off, or explain that to me? Where do you
that's beyond biblical. That is a spiritual answer. That is a true divine spiritual answer. We are connected to all. God's source energy is around us all. It flows through us. We are it. And then the animals and the spirits that are around us have souls and have consciousness. Everything has consciousness, and the animals have just as much consciousness as us. They are just they're just a lower level consciousness. So that's very much rooted in spirit and in the Christ. It is.
Okay, I don't want to try to contradict or ruin your show in any kind of way. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.
All right.
Divine love and holy kisses. Gotta love every one of us.
Absolutely.
It's these questions that take us deeper understanding.
Well, the thing about it is what we're taught and what we find out later on is a lot different. What we're taught is very narrow. It's a very narrow perception. And then when you learn and you really meditate and you connect to the Christ and the light that's around all of us, then you really start to understand. People get upset and they get confused about the things they do not understand. I've seen and spoke to Spirit my whole life, so I've had an advantage of that because I've learned from Spirit. You know, I mean, not everybody has truly seen archangels, and I've been blessed and able to do that. And the work that I do on this earth, I work with the divine light. You know, some people fear it because they don't understand it. But the thing about it is when we tap into source, and when we tap into the God consciousness, anything is possible. I mean, Jesus the Christ taught us that. You know, church is inside of ourselves. The love that we give is the love that we receive. You know, and that God is inside us. We are a spark of God. We are not removed from God in any way. We are an expression of God. And people, once they connect to it a little bit more and take the dogma of religion and what we're taught in our human mind, then we can expand our consciousness and understand that we really are connected to everything. We are one.
Yeah. In love.
In love
Always,
and light and peace and harmony. We would just wake up to it. We could change this world overnight. You know, if everybody would just love each other and accept each other and not judge each other, this world would truly change. It really would. There's so much animosity on the worldwide stage. There's so much rage and people hating against each other, against each other's religion. We're all worshiping the same God. We're all worshiping the same light. And there's no difference. It really don't matter what your beliefs are. It's how you find your way to that light, you know?
I can say too, when our last caller called, thank you for that question. I think we might have another call. Do we have another call? Do we have another call now? But when that call came through, Rusty, it was such an important call. I think we do. Okay, we have Mary. Not on the phone, but Mary, you're not on the phone?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, I am.
Is this Mary from Pennsylvania?
It most certainly is, Sandy.
I love you.
I love you too. How are you?
I'm excited that you're calling. Calling all angels.
Well, you know, it's odd. I just got on my Facebook and I saw this. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. You're our gift
Yeah.
today. You're
Wonderful.
You're our gift today, Mary.
Well, that's a wonderful thing.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
You are an angel, and we have a message for you. I'd like you to meet my one dear internationally known friend. His name is Rusty Piazza.
Hello, Rusty.
Hi, Mary. I'm blessed to be able to speak with you today.
Thank you very much.
I want you to know that I pick up on a lot of family around you, a lot. It's interesting because you come in with a whole crew. I see. Okay, there's so many. Okay, I see your mother and father. They're together with you, understand. I also see an aunt stepping in. I don't know if this is an aunt or a great aunt, but still on the mother's side of the family. I'm going on the mother's side so far, even though I saw your father. Do you have an aunt that's in spirit that would have been your mother's sister?
Actually, she's still alive.
Okay, then maybe it's a great aunt because it's definitely an aunt's vibration. There's also a woman that comes in, and I almost feel like it's a grandmother. And the reason why I say this is because she obviously baked, because I see her with a loaf of bread and presenting it almost like food was love to her. So understand that she steps in too. I also see a gentleman stepping in on the father's side of the family. He could be a grandfather. It feels like he's a little bit older than that. That's actually going back a couple generations. I feel like it's a great-grandfather because he steps back. I don't even know if you knew him. Did you know your great-grandfather on this earth plane?
I don't think I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
I feel like he's been with you for a very long time. It amazes me, and I tell people this all the time. A lot of times the family members that we don't know in life, their soul agreement is to be with us in spirit. So they very much watch after the family and watch after us in spirit. So I definitely see that. Now I also see a little dog coming up to you, almost like, I think it's like a Pomeranian or something. It's really hard. It's very energetic. It's running around. Can you place what dog that is?
Yes, I can. That would be my zipper.
Okay, well, no wonder he's running around. Okay, understand that he's still with you. Do you see shadows in the house? Because I feel like he runs around the house, and like you see shadows in the house, definitely.
Sometimes I'll see something, but you know, it's odd because this just happened today. I'll set my boots around, and then I think it's one of the animals, and I'm going to trip on it.
Oh goodness! Do you have cats too?
Oh yes.
Okay. Well, I see this calico cat, long-haired calico cat that steps in with you, almost like rubbing your leg and everything. Very. Is it a Persian or a calico?
Actually, it's a long-haired gray cat or black cat.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
not. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. I see gray in
I
it.
actually have 3, so.
Okay. It seems like it's like a black gray cat. That's what I think I'm seeing. But
Well, I have a gray cat too.
okay.
But that one's a short hair.
Okay, well, this was long hair. All right.
Okay.
Well, maybe it goes back a while. I also see that you definitely have angels and archangels that are around you, protecting you. I'm going to get personal for a second. I feel like there's a situation that's going on around you that spirit and the angels are protecting you from. I don't know if there's a sickness in your family or if you are dealing with a sickness, but I feel like they are really watching after you and protecting you at this time. And understand it's protecting you, and I don't know if it's because it's something that you're going to be going through or something that you're going to be going through with someone else. So understand that they are very warriored up and protecting you at this time.
Very cool. We need all the protection we can get.
Amen. That is so
Yes,
true.
yes.
That is so
Very
true.
much so. Well, I really, really appreciate, you talking with me. And yes, my mother, this will be the first year without her for Christmas.
Understood.
And she passed in February.
Understood. So this is the first time she stepped through. Okay.
Well, I don't know. But she, I took care of her the last year of her life.
Okay.
And her and I were very, very close. Very close.
I definitely feel that connection with her. Spirit, when they pass, it takes energy for them to kind of manifest. A lot of times at first, they don't know how to manifest and show themselves. It takes time. Sometimes they're more advanced soul and they can come through easily. She does come through. I definitely feel immense love for you. I got that right off the bat. I'm trying to see if she can get through a message. I feel just a lot of love. It's not that she's saying anything, she's just radiating love for you and appreciation. I honestly do feel appreciation with this. So she was very grateful for what you did for her, how you took your time, and how you were so kind to her when she was so sick.
Very, very grateful. She would say to me every night, "Your rewards will be many."
Absolutely. Earn jewels in your crown.
Oh my God, that's her thing. We were the jewels in her crown, her children.
Aww.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes, that's what she called us, the jewels in her crown.
All right. Well, see, then,
Yeah,
then that gives you confirmation that was her.
Oh my God, I got goosebumps now.
I'm very happy and grateful that she could be validated.
Yeah, absolutely. Needed that.
Absolutely. Oh my God, how wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, that's beautiful. I'm really glad she was able to step through, and I was able to pick her up for you. I know it really meant a lot to you, and I'm telling you, it really does mean a lot to her because most spirit don't know how to communicate, through a psychic medium. Some people don't believe that. Some religions, they just don't communicate with spirit. And so I think she's relieved to get through with that because she knows that you've been having a hard time. I know that you've been having a hard time because of that, but she just wants you to know that she truly is at peace and that she is with you like she promised. And she promised that. She said that she promised you that. She said she was not going anywhere and that she was going to be right there with you. And so when you pass, she will still be there waiting on you. And so that definitely gives confirmation, because I remember I remember her saying in my mind's eye on her deathbed, she was like, "Don't worry, baby, I will always be with you. I'll be right there. All you have to do is ask."
I'll just share this one little thought with you. The day I took her to the hospital, which was the day she passed, and I never expected it to be that day, when they got her to the elevator to take her up for surgery, I went over to her and I gave her a kiss. I said, "I love you and God bless you." She said, "I love you too, God bless you." And then I went to walk away, but I went back and I said, "Love you, Mom, and God bless you." And she said to me, "I love you and God bless you." And she said, "And if you don't see me, that means I went peacefully in my sleep." And the nurse said, "Oh, you'll see her on the 7th floor."
Huh.
Well, she never made it to the 7th floor. But you know the saying, "Oh, I was in 7th heaven"?
Yeah, I do.
That's what I think of.
Yeah, that's what I thought of when you said that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I think of, 7th heaven. Mom's in 7th heaven.
Well, God bless. God bless you. And you have
Thank
yourself a
you.
Merry Christmas, and know that she is with
too.
you.
And Sandy, thank you so much for encouraging me to call.
You have my tears. I have tears here.
What, honey?
She said that you have her tears. It touched her
God
deeply.
love you. Oh, well, don't worry, I shed a lot.
Absolutely.
All righty, well, thank you, and have a very Merry Christmas.
God bless. God bless. Thank
God
you.
bless
Holy
you.
kisses.
Okay, bye-bye.
I can't even talk.
You know, it honestly made me want to cry, because sometimes the emotion, I mean, you've seen me do messages and I tap in the spirit, and there's so much emotion in it that sometimes I'm just standing in front of the church just crying my eyes out. I just want to curl up sometimes, because there's a lot of emotion gets through, and then when they know that you're tuned into them, then they really give it to you. And sometimes I see how they pass. Sometimes I see situations. I mean, just different things.
Yeah, and you know, I know we both work through Spirit's direction. And when the message came through me to do this show, because there were so many out there who really hurt right now.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, the Christmas season, the holiday season is very difficult for people. You know, we have to be more loving to our neighbors. You know, how many of you are sitting at home right now and have neighbors that you never even speak to? You know, you go in and out, you're in your own life, in your own bubble, in your own world. It's time for you to expand your bubble. I mean, be compassionate. Your neighbors are the ones that should be able to watch after your house and watch after you. You should be able to do for each other. And you know, it don't take going out to other places. Just look in your own neighborhood. Look in your own neighborhood and help the ones that are around you. You might have a shut-in that's right next door, and you do not realize the misery that they're going through, or the loneliness they're going through. I mean, you could do so much just by reaching out and saying hi and giving them a smile. It's the little things in life that really does matter. It don't take a big gesture or a big act of kindness. It just takes little kindness. When you're in a store, opening the door for someone, a simple smile to someone that's on the street that may be having a terrible day. These little acts of kindness and these little acts of love are so very important. And I really want to get that out to you, because at this time, the suicide rate is the highest that it is all year long, because there is so much pressure and so much animosity, because we're supposed to feel a certain way. We're supposed to go buy presents. We're supposed to be jolly and cheerful and stuff like that. And it's just not true. There is immense sadness. There's immense loneliness out there. And if you're lonely and you're sad, understand that God loves you, that the angels and the guides are always around you and always protecting you. And no matter what you're going through at this time, and understand no matter what you're going through, it's just a lesson for you to learn. I say all the time, it's not what we go through, it's how we go through it.
I think we have another caller.
Heather.
Hi, Heather.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Heather?
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed. How can I serve you today?
I wasn't really exactly sure where to start, but I've had a number of kind of unexplainable instances all throughout my life, starting from when I was very young, and something just led me to call today. I've been kind of watching from the outskirts for a little while, and I thought there may possibly be a message for me.
Yeah, you have some interesting energies with you. You're giving me chills. I don't know what you have around you. I feel like you do have. There's this gentleman spirit guide that comes through. I feel like he is almost like Indian, like Indian with the turban on the head and stuff like that. That's around you. I feel like he's a master teacher. I feel like he's one of your main guides and have been with you a very long time. He's got an interesting presence. So I feel like he is your connection to spirit that helps you with that. He's got a very strong energy. Understand that he definitely is working with you. Now I see there is a lady on the father's side of the family that's coming in. Could this be your grandmother on your father's side?
Not my immediate grandmother, but it could be a great-grandmother.
Okay. Or it was a grandmother-like presence to you, because it feels like it was somebody that was like a grandmother to you, but not actually blood relation. I was just speaking about neighbors or something, but I feel like this woman used to babysit you and watch you or something. It almost looks like a librarian or something. It was somebody that you would have known when you were younger that would have been very close to you in the family. Can you picture who this woman is at all?
Possibly.
Okay, understand that she is with you and she's definitely coming through. Just appreciation. I get appreciation from her. I believe your family was very kind to her, and I do feel like she babysat you. There was that connection, like she watched you. And I think you called her Nini or something like that. I think that's the name that I'm getting. If you can't place it right now, that's okay. Just think about it later and ask your family, and I think you'll figure it out. I really do. Let's see. I see an owl with you. The animals are coming through real strong for me today. If you do not know what to do, an owl brings wisdom and higher sight. Look up animal totems. You can Google animal totems, the owl, and that is going to be part of your message. I feel like that is going to be a personal part of your message, and you will understand and get it. Also, do you see orbs around your house? Flashes of light?
I have seen flashes on occasion, just kind of out of my vision.
Yeah, okay.
But not anything.
Okay, when you see it, does it look like flits of glitter, or does it look like just a flash of light?
It's more of like a slower flash of light.
Okay. Okay.
By the time it catches my attention, there's not anything there to see.
Yeah, that's usually how it is. When we see spirit, it's usually with the peripheral. You know, when you stare at them straight on, usually you can't. But if you relax your eyes and just relax your eyes, usually you can see them better. Understand that in your house, you do have spirits that are around that are not guides. And I feel like a lot of the orbs that you see are spirit that's in your house. I definitely see two spirits, both male. That are attached to the house in some way or the property in some way. I do not feel anything negative about them. Just know that they do coexist with you in the house, and so don't let them scare you. And you could just tell them to go away sometimes if they're bothering you. But I'm going back to the original guide that I saw. He wants you to call on him more because he's coming through. His presence is very strong. It gives me chills. Understand, he wants you to call on him more. He does see that how you have studied and you've been trying to pay attention and trying to learn about all this, and that you're very intrigued in it. And he is helping you with that. He's helping you to expand your consciousness. He's helping you to understand that you do have a bigger purpose, and you do have gifts and abilities, and we all have gifts and abilities. We really do. It's a matter of trusting and tapping into them. So call on him even more. It don't even matter. I'm not getting his name. He's not giving it to me, but just understand that you could call on him or any of your guides, and that he will help you. I also see that in your dream state, they do communicate with you. There's a woman that communicates with you in your dream state. Do you acknowledge that? Do you understand who I'm talking about? I could be a family member, but this lady, it seems like she's definitely been trying to communicate in your dream state, but a lot of times, sometimes we don't see it.
Yes, she's not family, but I do know who she is.
Okay, good. Was she psychic?
She might have been. I never knew her when she was alive.
Okay, all right. Well, that makes sense. It seems like she's almost like a teacher to you. And so know that she is communicating with you in spirit. Just trust the process. Understand that you are a divine being of light, and everything is truly possible with God's love and God's light when you tap into it. All right?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. God bless.
Thanks for calling. I just want to
All
say
right.
something right now because thank
you.
you. I'm sorry, remember it because it came through my heart. When anybody calls us, that question that they have that you answer is for everybody on a whole.
Yeah.
I just felt that so heavenly on my heart.
Yeah.
I had to share that.
Absolutely. It's interesting doing readings over the phone. You tap into their energy no matter what.
Yeah.
But, because usually like when they're in front of me, I can see spirit standing beside them.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's projected through my third eye. And so when you're doing it over the phone, it's really a different process.
Okay.
You are just getting their pure energy and going from there. And it's interesting how spirit will flow through and come through, like her guide. Her guide came through, wants her to call on him more, wants her to understand that he's there to help her. And I really feel like she is waking up, and she is very interested in waking up. And so I think that's really is a beautiful process. It can be difficult. We're going through growing pains right now in spirit. There's so much negativity being cleansed off this earth. I've talked about it many times. Yeah, and it's growing pains. That's exactly what it is. We're going up in consciousness, and there are possibilities and things that are going on that we never thought was possible. I mean, I think about the things that I do and how blessed and I truly am blessed, and the transformation that I've went through in my life, because I fought it for a while. I was raised Catholic. I was an altar boy. I was raised Catholic, and it was not what you were taught whatsoever, but I had always seen spirit, and so people was like, oh, you're crazy. I'm like, well, why am I seeing your grandfather standing by you? And, how would I know that their grandfather had passed? But a lot of times when spirit comes through, it's usually the immediate family. Like sometimes people have miscarriages, and sometimes I'll see angels holding the baby to give them confirmation that they're okay. And it's very comforting to the people. It can be very upsetting too, but it's very comforting because then they know, that they're okay, because they wonder about that, of course.
Well, and the reading that you give an individual is also sacred and so personal, yet it's so global, because you're not alone. What it shares with the other person is that they're not alone. And so maybe somebody who's out there waiting to call or a little afraid to call, those are the ones who really ought to take that move and call, because it's effective to somebody else for that transformation that is now you're talking about on the planet.
Yeah.
And it's golden. It's a gift. It's a true miracle and gift of this Christmas.
It is. And people wake it up to their own abilities and everything. I mean, we're all going through this process. There's not a human on this planet that's not going through it. And either you accept it and you move with the energies, or you fight it. And then when you fight it, your whole life just keeps in chaos. I mean, it really does. Like when you are fighting the divine will, there's things that have to be cleansed out of yourself. There's things that you have to release out of yourself. Because I tell people all the time, you cannot live in the past. We all have a story. We all have things that we go through each and every day. We are in the human experience.
I think somebody's calling me on my phone. Hey, you'll have to call on the hotline.
That's funny.
I think it's Nanette.
Wrong phone number.
Wrong phone number.
So is there anybody else calling in at this time? There we go.
So yeah, so what I was saying, it's very valuable information that if you're out there and you're hesitant about calling, that's exactly what Rusty is talking about, that resistancy, because one word, one dream in your mind, in unity, can move you through and get you through this. So take that step. Give us a call, 260-422-3902. We want to hear from you, right?
Absolutely. Yes, we do.
And you know what, too? If I might add, we both go through this transformation.
Oh, yeah.
And I can say this, too, that acceptance part does get pain-free. It gets pain-free.
You know,
it releases it.
You know, like the things that I do, it scares some people.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, some people, it's like, oh, what you do is demonic. Oh, absolutely nothing I do is demonic in any way. I mean, I tap into the highest vibrations of light, and I deal with angels and archangels and many guides, and everything that I'm surrounded by is a true vessel of God. I'm a true vessel of God, and you know, I'm here on this planet to help and to make changes and to help people.
Yeah.
And so however I can do that is very important, you know.
Yeah, and I was actually getting a message from my guide. I was wondering, and we can talk about this later, that maybe once a month we can just continue to do this show and really build this platform for that spiritual purpose to help others. I don't know if you're interested. We could talk later.
Yeah.
But my guides were actually moving me. It's coming through my heart. It's like, ooh, maybe we should think that.
Next time I definitely want to put my Facebook up because, you know, I mean, I really have a lot of friends that are all over the world. I talk to people all over the world, and I'm really blessed to be able to connect with people, you know, and it's very interesting because of how my job is. You know, I work 3 to 11, I work 11 to 7, and so my job, I'm able to talk to people, you know, when it's night shift, I could talk to people across the world, and then when it's day, I talk to people that's in the country and stuff like
Yes,
that.
and because you do that, because you have that sharing, it helps to grow the overall Access network.
Oh, yeah.
As one.
We're all students and we're all teachers.
I mean, I can't do it all myself. I don't expect to do it all myself. But you sharing your Facebook just has grown this already.
Yeah, people get in touch with me all the time and talk about my videos because they take on a life of their own. They do, just like this takes on a life of their own, and tell me how much they learn. Like I did the protection prayer, how to protect yourself and how to meditate. And it really resonates with people, you know, because they don't know. I mean, if you're not taught, you don't know. And that's just like humanity. If you do not expand your consciousness and you do not tap into what's already around you and already available to you anyway, when you do that, it changes your life. When you stop fighting the divine will of what's going on, your life goes with the flow. That's how it needs to go. You should not fight anything. You should just go with the flow. If it's good or if it's bad, just ride it out and try to navigate the chaos the best way you can. That's the only thing you can do. I mean, some people want to just shut down and not deal with it, and then they get into depression. You know, depression is a terrible thing. It really affects billions of people all over the world, and you know, it's like you have to learn how to rewire your mind. You have to expand yourself and understand that you can really heal yourself in many ways. It's a matter of doing it. Now, some people have chemical imbalances and needs medicine, and I'm not knocking that whatsoever. But some people just need a positive thinking, and that's the best medicine that they could ever have.
That's the only medicine I have.
Only medicine I have.
I put on 1,000 affirmations, and whether it's whatever, empowerment, wealth, whatever, I put that on, and that's what I sleep with all night long.
You know, positive affirmations are very important because what you're doing is your thoughts are things. Think about this. If you are thinking negative, then negative will come to you every single time. If you are thinking positively and you're like, I can get through this, and have positive affirmations, it really does change your mindset. It changes your emotions. It changes your physical abilities and appearance. I mean, if you think about it, that when you're going through negative stuff and you cannot replace a negative thought. The only thing, or stop a negative thought.
Right.
Only thing you can do is replace it with a positive affirmation.
Right.
You know, if you're going to have a negative thought, and you could say, I rebuke that. I do not accept that. That is not what I'm about, and just move on with a positive affirmation. And after a while, the negative thoughts start subsiding some. They truly do start subsiding. And then after a while, you start noticing a difference in your life. And it's just little tweaks to our own thinking and little tweaks to how we react to things that really does help us in the long haul. It does.
Yeah.
You know, and positive affirmations are very important, like you said.
I can relate with anybody else out there in the last few weeks and the energies that we've all been dealing with. And I said, okay, I'm listening. I'm really listening. Just tell me what to do and I will follow it now. Well, it's like a lightning bolt hit me. And I went to the computer and I keyed in 1,000 affirmations, and I listened to that day and night just to get me on the right track, Rusty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you know, we all go through stuff, you know, no matter how spiritual you are. You know, I'm very spiritual.
Yeah.
You know that, down to the very core of who I am. I truly am. But, you know, I get affected by other people's energies, being an empath. And, you know, those other people's energies can be very negative and very heavy on me because I feel them. I mean, empathy, empathic, you know, I feel that. And it sometimes is very difficult for me. Sometimes I have to kind of shut myself off from the world and recoup and everything because all the energies that are going. Just like I talk about all the time, going to Walmart is so hard for me. Or going to a hospital because you have so many people that are still in spirit in the hospital that are confused, don't know that they died, or do and don't go anywhere, you know. And some people, cemeteries, you know, some people are scared of cemeteries. I find cemeteries very peaceful, actually, because most of the time the dead don't want to be there. Why would they want to be there? What's there for them? You know, their body is gone, you know, but their spirit lives forever.
Yeah, sure does.
It does. It does. Is there anything else?
And that's the same with our pets, too. I see my dog, Remy, all the time around me when I need a validation.
People really don't understand that animals do have consciousness. Their spirit lives on forever. It does. It expands and it grows just like our soul expands and grows. We've been everything before we ever were human. You know, we didn't become human and become conscious like we are overnight. We've had many lives, not just on this planet, and we've been many things. And so an animal just is a lower level energy. It's a lower level soul that's in it, and they're growing and expanding. They won't always be animals. They won't. They'll expand and go on to other things. And people don't realize that. They think when they lose their pet that they're gone forever. Well, that's not true. They will definitely come to us and let us know that they're around. And like I said, when people get new animals, they'll notice that the animal will change and be like, you remind me of Fluffy or whatever, like, why is you starting to act like that? And then that spirit does go in there. It does, because it's part of our life plan. The animals agree to go with us on this journey, just like our guides.
Yes, just like our guides. My guides are already showing me 2017. As you're talking to me, I am listening actively. However, they're showing me 2017. We have about 3 more minutes before we end the show. Is there anything that your guides show you for 2017? For anybody out there?
Well, 2017 is going to be a tumultuous year. There is going to be a lot of changes on the worldwide stage. This is something I've been talking about for a while. And so now is the time for you to become spiritually sound. Whatever your beliefs is, you have to be truly grounded in your beliefs and be rooted in what is to happen. Because if the winds are blowing, you cannot be pushed over. You have to be spiritually sound and try to live the best way you can, because 2017 is really going to be a tumultuous year. It's going to be good, it's going to be bad, but there is going to be immense changes going on through the whole year. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, because it's not going to be easy, but it's all how you look at it and all how you understand that this is in the divine plan. There's a lot of cleansing going on this earth. There is a lot of things that have to be changed in our government, in the media, in everything. Every aspect of life is being changed at this time. So understand that next year is going to be difficult, but it's going to be a blessing, because this is part of God's plan, and this is part of the cleansing. And so find yourself a centeredness. Learn how to meditate. Learn how to ground yourself. Learn how to pray. And praying is not always about asking God for something. Praying is thanking God for what you already have.
Yes. Well, you're not going to believe this, but we just flew through 1 full hour here.
And just think, an hour and a half ago I was asleep.
But you know what? This year, everybody out there, you all get the gift of time. You all get the gift of time from me, and thank you for being the gift of time in my world.
Absolutely.
By being
Thank you for
here.
having me.
That's the most valuable gift that I would ever want. I want nothing more than your time.
Oh, you got it.
So we have to end the show.
All right.
You want to help me?
Absolutely. Yep.
Thank you all again for taking your time to stop, look, and listen in our divine appointment here today on another wonderful hour of Calling All Angels Hotline. I'm here today with the Star Soul, the one and only Star Soul, Rusty Piazza. And me, myself, and I, and you, and the channel. We all make the channel,
Yes.
the Access channel.
Yes.
We're all one. And we're both here to say what?
Stop, look, and listen.
Well, that too. How about, well, you could say
do
stop,
it,
look,
you
and
do
listen.
it.
I do the divine love.
Divine love and holy kisses.
See you on the next Hotline show. And please go to the channel on YouTube and subscribe. My challenge is 100 subscribers, so we can move this out in 2017.
God bless. Thank you.
Yeah, and for every like out there, if they like it, they're actually helping somebody else to transform.
Mm-hmm.
So like, share, and pass it on. And so it is.